Right, so first of all, I need to apologise that I've been trying to bring this video to quite a lot of people on Instagram for a long time. Basically, for those who don't know, my name's Simon and I have a secondary income on Amazon FBA along with my partner. And yeah, we basically, at the moment, we sort of resell books, DVDs, box sets and board games. That's pretty much it at the moment, to be honest. We've not really gone into the retail arbitrage side or the private label side yet. Private label is probably my primary goal, as it's really what I want to get into. But books are really inexpensive, super easy to get into. You can sort of learn the skills that you need to take it to the next level really quickly. What I'm really planning on doing is bringing a guide to you guys on YouTube to help you develop your own Amazon FBA business, whether it be with books, board games, cosmetics, literally anything, following the few steps that I'm going to teach you along the way. For those absolute beginners that probably don't even know what Amazon FBA is, it stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. And basically it's a service that Amazon offer which gives you the prime tick on your listing, which makes it not only eligible to an awful lot more customers that will want to buy your product because they're going to get it the very next day, breaks into the millennial market. So basically what Amazon do is you will send your items to them, they'll keep it in their warehouse, and when you sell an item they'll package it, deliver it, sort out all customer service and everything. You don't have to get involved at all. Literally your job will just be to get the items, box them, send them away to Amazon. It's their problem after that, kind of, mostly anyway. The main reason that I chose books to get into was mainly because they're very inexpensive. I mean, in a lot of charity shops and places that I source, you can get books for sort of 50p each, 3 for £1, that sort of thing. I tend to do a lot of bulk buying, so I will contact these people that I find online on places like Spock, Gumtree, Facebook ads that may have hundreds or 1,000 odd books for sale at any one point. And I'll be able to offer them sort of a really low per item price to buy all that in bulk. I'll bring it home. Obviously, I'd probably say maybe only 30% of what I buy in the bulk deals at the moment are items that I would say are eligible to send to FBA. However, that's not bad. The price that I've been paying on them, I think most bulk buys that I've done over the past couple of months, I think my total purchase price per item has been around 8p. A lot of these books were sort of selling for 10, 20, maybe even £30. So when you sort of put that into it, let's say I get 1,000 books in, 350 of them are good for Amazon. They get packaged, sent away, and then the other 650 items I sort of stockpile and find a book buyer to then take it off my hands, which to be honest is as easy as me buying them from my person in the first place. They'll generally go to sort of market traders, car booters, that sort of thing, so then they make some money out of it as well. Obviously for those that are really new, you're probably thinking, why don't you send everything to Amazon? To be honest, not everything is sort of eligible to go. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can send absolutely everything if you wanted to, but there are other things to take into consideration as well, such as long-term storage fees. These are fees that Amazon charges you for keeping items in their warehouse longer than 6 months. So ideally, every book or every item, every DVD that you wanted to sell on FBA, you really need to be sending it to them and then selling it within that 6-month period. Otherwise you get quite a hefty charge on long-term storage fees. Don't get me wrong, some of my books I will pay the long-term storage fee for, because believe it or not, some books on Amazon do go for over £100. So obviously them paying a couple pound fee, risking it for another 6 months, it's probably not too bad. So yeah, but we'll get into that a little bit later on, obviously how you pick which ones go to Amazon and which ones don't. In terms of pricing and things like that, we'll go into all that later on in this video or in a later video, depending on how long this video ends up being. Also, I will give you some hints and tips on what sort of books to look for. A lot of people say scan absolutely everything, but going into a charity shop, you do look a bit strange sometimes. Scanning through, let's say, 2,000 books on a shelf, there are certain things that I do look for, which vary from condition. I do send to, a lot of people on Instagram know that my books that I send up are sort of like new, very good condition. Unless it's really valuable, I hardly go below that. My own personal preference, I guess, but I do like to just end up things that are only really good condition, basically. So in charity shops and things, that does narrow it down a little bit. And one of my top tips really is I look for the publisher on the spine of the book. Textbooks and university books, things like that, are the best things to sell on Amazon. They've got the best markup in terms of the book niche, I personally think. And when you get into it and you start scanning things, you start to learn the little logos on the spines of the books. I'll show you later about the publishers and which publisher it is. You'll start to learn which ones are quite valuable, which ones to look out for the most. And generally, I will go out now and pick up certain publishers' books based on their publishing logo on the spine, without even scanning them, because I know that it's just going to be pure profit one way or another. This is another top tip. There is a process when it comes to Amazon FBA. Like when we get the books, we make sure that they're clean, we condition them, so whether they're going to be like new, very good, or acceptable. I'll basically show you later on how to condition the books. And then what we do is once they're clean, we've conditioned them, we'll scan them into Amazon's inventory, and then you print off these little labels that you stick over the barcodes if you make sure that all barcodes are covered with your own that Amazon allow you to print off. And then it's just a case of packing them into boxes, selling them up to Amazon. In terms of packing tips and things like that, I do have some top tips when it comes to packing, box sizes, how heavy they need to be to get the most out of the postage that you pay, and those sort of things. I've sort of been perfecting that along the way. I'm not saying that mine is the best. It works for me. Someone might know something that's better, but this is what I'm working with at the moment, this is what I'm using, and it's fine. So what I'll do now is I'll show you some books as if they're in a charity shop. We'll go through, we'll scan them, figure out which ones are good, which ones are bad, which ones would leave on the shelves. Some sort of that are like 50-50, why I might pick them up, and I'll go into sort of why, show you the statistics and things like that. Without further ado, let's go. Right guys, so welcome to my little charity shop layout here. Let's imagine that these are books in a charity shop. We'll go through, scan some, figure out why we'd buy them, and yeah, we'll go from there. So first of all, if you have a quick look at my phone, when it focuses, there we go. So you get a little app called the Amazon Seller app. So we'll go on into that now, and we want to, let's have a look. Want to add a product. So on here you can click add a product and you can search things to sell. There is this little camera button up here. Let me just take my phone out of its case. So yeah, there's this little camera button up here at the top, and if we click that, you will be able to scan things just by the covers, barcodes or whatnot. So let's go through some of these. In fact, these are labelled, so let's pretend these barcodes aren't on the back. We'll scan the front and we'll go from there. So we've got a Bull Mastiff book here. Let's scan this, and as you can see, in a couple of seconds Amazon has found it. So here it'll tell you a few bits and bobs. It's this one here that we need to look at. As you can see, this one has a sales rank, which means it has sold before. We'll go into sales ranks on a little bit later in terms of what sort of rank you're wanting to sort of buy up to, depending on how fast you're looking to sell it and things like that. As you can see here, the buy box on this brand new is £10. So let's click into it a little bit further. As you can see, they're new. Amazon is selling it for £10. If you go to used, you can see here that there is one offer on this one at the moment, actually on FBA for £2.69. So if we click into that, you can see that the Bookhouse is selling this in very good condition for £2.69. I would price this book, with it being new on Amazon, at £10. Probably price this book at around $5.99, $6.99, something like that, in very good condition like this one is. I would ignore the Bookhouse. You'll come up against them quite a lot whilst doing FBA. For some reason they price their books ridiculously low. As you can see there, they have 648,000 feedback in the past 12 months. I don't know how they make money doing this, I really don't. But anyway, theirs will sell in a matter of weeks, and this one would be a second sale. A lot of the times when I'm picking stuff up, I won't really consider it to be a second sale unless it's like a really low rank. This one being 200 and something thousand sales rank. It might be on the shelf at Amazon for a month or two before it sells. However, this book was part of a bulk buy, cost me 8p. So at the end of the day, if I get $5.99 or $6.99 for it, then it's not too bad. So let's go back once more into low price here. So on here, we just need to make sure that you've clicked Amazon fulfilled. And as you can see here, this is where you'll put the price of what you're looking to achieve for the item. So let's go with $6.19. Oh, not $16.99. Let's go back. Let's go for $6.99, and it will work out my fees and how much I'm going to make on that item. So I would sell it at that price. This is the fees that Amazon charged me to sell, package and deliver the product to somebody. My shipping to Amazon cost, so my estimated shipping is 35p a kilo. That's what it cost me at the moment to send things up. Cost of purchase in there, we would go with 8p because that's all it cost me, and you can see that my profit on that would be £3.19. £3.19 profit from a book that cost 8p, and we'll probably sell it within a month or two. Is not too bad. Yeah, it might not sound like absolute mega books that you're going to be making, but at the end of the day, it's going to take me two seconds to sort of buy it, pop it in a box to Amazon, and away it goes. But if you have thousands and thousands of items just like that, selling then on, let's say 10 odd on a daily basis, then it does add up, and it could definitely be a great second income. Let's find something a little bit different to scan now. This one here, it is in a poly bag. As you can see, it's already stickered up and ready to go. The reason this one is in a poly bag is any books that I have that I consider to be sort of rare, expensive, or go for a decent price, I will poly bag them just to make sure that they sort of stay in the great condition that they're in whilst they're up there. So yeah, let's go ahead and scan this one on the app. 1 second. Hopefully it'll scan. Yep, there we go. So as you can see with this one, the sales rank is a little bit different. It's 700,000. This is one that I would hope to sell within the 6 months before long-term storage fees. But if we can click into this, it comes with a slightly different cover art. And as you can see, there is none new, there is only used, and there's no FBA and 8 used offers from Merchant Fulfilled. To be honest, most of the time I completely ignore merchant fulfilled prices. As you can see, they go all the way from £20 to £52 in different conditions. A lot of people using Amazon nowadays do have Amazon Prime. We are living in that sort of millennial society where people want stuff now. They don't want to wait a week for these guys to get it to them. So as long as you're on FBA and you're sending your things into Prime, then you're going to get the purchase before anyone else. So mine would be the next sale on here. So I mean, if they're selling it at that, I know I can achieve really good price on this with FBA. A lot of you probably won't really understand until you start selling, but people will pay an awful lot more money for a product to get it on Prime than they would pay a merchant fulfilled seller. So let's bear that in mind. So let's click into this and see how much money we'll make. So on this book in particular, I would easily sell this for $29.99, if not more. So let's input that into there. Cost of purchase, this one was actually 50p from a charity shop. I remember buying this one. So as you can see now, if we sell it at $29.99, it'll be a very quick sale, being the only Amazon Prime book on there for sale. You could probably even get $34.99 for it, to be honest. The £6.72 fee is what Amazon charges, again, to sell, package and deliver the product. That's my shipping cost, that's my purchase price, and on this book I would make £22.69. That isn't really bad at all. I mean, people don't make these sort of margins on things that they spend, let's say, £50 on, and they've got to buy 1,000, keep them in stock, pay for PPC ads, all that sort of thing. When the end of the day, my investment for this was 50p. Walked into a charity shop, it was one of the ones that I happened to scan, and now I'm going to get at least £30 for it. That's a £22 profit on a 50p investment. If you can get these ROIs from anywhere else, I'll challenge you to leave a comment below and let me know where, because I'll be signing up. But yeah, at the end of the day, I could buy, let's say, 1,000 books like this for £500, send them into Amazon, and I've got myself an amazing sales empire there. So this book in particular is actually on my search for list. So we'll actually actively look on places like eBay for books like this again. So what I tend to do on eBay is I set up a search alert, so if anyone lists this book, I'll get a notification, and if it's under, let's say, £5, I will buy it and send it into Amazon, because why not? At the end of the day, if I paid £5 for this book, I'm still going to make a good £15 plus profit. So yeah, certain books like this, really worth looking out for. Yeah, so if anyone else wants to look for that, go for it. Right, what else? Let's have a look. Okay, so these ones here are, as you can see, not in great condition. I've cleaned this one up quite a lot, to be honest, and it's still very, very poor. In terms of condition wise, I'd probably put this as acceptable, as it has pen writing in there as well. The book is quite beaten up. This was from a car boot. I paid up for these, but I bought about 10 books off this guy, and they're all about sort of cults, witchcraft, that sort of thing. It's these sort of niche books that you really need to be looking out for, because there's literally just none on FBA. As soon as we send these types of books in, like cult related, witchcraft related, they are very niche, so they do tend to sell straight away. So let me see if I can just scan this one in quickly for us. Like I say, this one's terrible condition. Let's see if we can scan the barcode. No, that doesn't scan. Let's give it a scan on the front. Yep, here we go. So on this particular one, let's have a look. There we go. So let me just go back quickly. Yeah, so you can see the sales rank on this one is absolutely terrible. 4 million. As a rule of thumb, I tend to not go over the sort of, let me say, 1 million mark, unless it's a really, really good book. This has a sales rank, with it being 4 million. It's not amazing, but it means someone has bought it before. It could be that there just literally isn't any for sale sometimes, and therefore the sales rank's really low because there isn't any to sell, and therefore increase its rank. So yeah, as you can see, let's have a look at the stats on this book. So new, let's go back. So new, as you can see, there's a merchant price here at £46, and the used price, there is a couple that have them from £27. So as you can see here, £27. None of them really seem to be in amazing condition, which is good. I mean, people that practice in this witchcraft business mustn't be the tidiest people in the world. Either that or the spirits are taking over the book, something like that, who knows. So yeah, let's have a look at this. There's none FBA, which is brilliant, which means we'll get the Amazon Prime tick on that, and people will buy it before the other ones. So on this in particular book, I'll go for over the merchant price as usual. So I would look to achieve, even though it's in rubbish condition, £29.99 for this book. The cost of purchase of this book was actually £1, and as you can see, okay, it's not calculating the fees and things for this book, as it says here that they cannot estimate fees due to missing details for this product. Some products, if they've never been sent into Amazon Prime, they do miss things out, like the weight and things like that. I'd estimate the fees on this book to be no more than sort of £7 or £8 in total, which means we're sort of £20 in profit there. On a book, again, that cost £1. It was from a charity. No, this was from a car boot sale, sorry. In terms of my sourcing, I tend to get a lot of stuff from car boot sales, from charity shops, bulk buys online. As well, another top tip of mine is I do tend to put search alerts on Gumtree, Facebook, Marketplace, Spock, things like that for books, bulk books, and things. So then as soon as anyone lists them, I get a notification within a certain mile radius of my house. I can message them if it's a good deal. I'm straight out there and I've sourced it and I've got it in my hands before anyone else. Top tip there for you. Let's see what else I can show you. Okay, yeah, let's go with this. So as you can see, this is Gone with the Wind. This is the 4-disc collector's edition. As you might also be able to see on the camera, it is sealed. It's brand spanking new. This is one that I found on a car boot. I didn't have to pay up for this or anything. It's in one of those sort of car boot areas where they just put loads of boxes out and everything in the box is £1. So this in particular product, brand new and sealed, cost me £1. DVDs don't tend to do amazing on Amazon, if I'm going to be honest. I never really buy them unless they're brand new and sealed. I tend to sort of stick to box sets and things that are a little bit more valuable. Anyway, happened to scan this. Let's have a look. Yep, so we have this up now, and Gone with the Wind. There you go, you can see that there. Look at that, sales rank 200k, so again, not amazing, not a lot of people are buying it. However, as you can see there, that's a restricted product, which means you have to be unlocked to be able to sell this product, I guess. And they have like a gating system on Amazon. I'll go into that in a bit more detail with you later on. However, if we go down, we can see that the actual one that we want is this one, because this is the UK edition. It's not the American version that we scanned in earlier. Again, a restricted product, but the sales rank is a lot lower. It's got really good ratings, so this will sell really quickly. I am actually ungated on this on Amazon. This is just a demo account just to show you, so we'll be able to sell this. I'll go into getting ungated and things on a different video. However, yeah, we're new on this one because it's brand new and sealed. So let's go into here. That is what the first person is asking for. So we'll undercut them slightly and go in at £21.99. The cost of purchase on this item was £1, which means that is a £15.10 profit on a £1 investment from a car boot. Literally, me and Emma have been going to car boots, charity shops and things like that, going in, spending, let's say, £20 to £50 in each one, coming away with literally hundreds of pounds worth of profits of items, and it's just crazy. You're not going to get these return on investments from anything else that I know of. So yeah, books are massive. I'll just show you one more thing very quickly. It's not very sort of crazy in terms of numbers, but here we've got Disney's Frozen Fever. It's a 7-minute short film. These are brand new and sealed, and as I'll just show you, one second. Oh, just drop them, 1 second. There you go. So I've got quite a few of them. These were a bulk buy from Tesco, so do keep an eye out in places where you can do a bit of retail arbitrage and things. I bought all these from Tesco. They're on a manager's special, and they were 12 pence each. So I thought, let's scan them into Amazon, see what they're worth. Let's get them gone. Seems this Frozen was so massive. Anyway, let's give it a quick scan. Yeah, so here we go. There we are. So its sales rank is 2000, which is amazing. Loads of really good reviews, which is good. And we have new here, the buy box. So on this one, there's 2 at $7.99. There was none when I bought them. I'm guessing it's been a manager's special in quite a few places. And as you can see, there are 2 on Prime, 1 at $7.99 and 1 at $14.99. In order to get rid of these quickly, I'd say let's get rid of them at $6.99. They cost us 12 pence each. They're the fees. £3 profit on each one. I can imagine that if I send all 10 of these in, they'll be gone within a couple of weeks at that sort of sales rank. So again, there's 10, sort of £36 of profit, if not more if the other person sells out first. We'll sort of check the pricing once they get in, and yeah, it's literally for a £1.20 investment for a lot, £36 back. It's just crazy. And like I say, everything sells so quickly as well that you've not really got any worries. Another quick thing that I really want to show you is an app that I have here called FBA Scam. This isn't a free app. You do have to have a Amazon Pro account to be able to use this, and it does cost money. I think it's about £10 a month, something like that. But I prefer this. Emma doesn't. Emma likes the standard sort of Amazon seller app. I prefer using this when I'm in charity shops. So I could do a massive video on this. I'm not going to go into detail, but I'll just show you briefly how it works. So we literally press scan on here, and we scan a barcode. Let's do this book here, for example, and there you go. Ignore the reject. I've not set up my parameters on this to basically say what needs picking up and which doesn't. Really quickly though, it does show you the sales rank, so you can see this one is 2 mil, which is not brilliant, and it shows you here how many people are selling it new, not on FBA, how many people are selling it used, merchant fulfilled, how many people are selling it used on FBA and new on FBA, which is none on either. I would send this book in because this book cost me about 20 pence, and I'm easily going to get some, to be honest, I'll probably get sort of $4.99, $5.99 back, because some people, strangely enough, will buy one in like new condition, used on FBA, more than they would buy it new. If it was new FBA, you might have a different scenario on your hands there, but for this example, another really good thing that this tool has here is you can see the little keeper button here. I'll go into sort of keeper a bit later on. It's this little blue symbol. So when we click this here, it brings up this graph, and very quickly I can have a look, if I refresh this, how many times it is sold in the past 90 days or 365 days. As you say, this isn't the greatest example because, as we can see, that line is consistent, which means it has not sold within the past year. So I probably wouldn't go crazy on sending this one in. I'm not going to lie. But let me just try something else. Let me just grab another book. 1 second. Hopefully this one's a bit better. I've not sort of planned this video. It's so let's just have a look. Right, so we'll go with scan. Straight over the barcode, and it scans in straight away. As you can see, this is 1 mil, and there's one very good on Amazon FBA for £3.30. That will definitely be the Bookhouse, and you see they're a crazy price new. Let's hit the keeper button on this one and see what sort of stats we get. So here we go, this one's a little bit better. So let's go to 90 days first. So in the last 90 days, you can see this is the sales rank. It drops, which means it's sold. Up, 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 drops, it's sold. So as we can see there, on June the 1st we had a sale, and June the 23rd there was also another sale, and if we go on to 365 days, you can see it probably sells once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So you're looking at about 2 months in order to sell this book. So I'd probably go for a second sale on this one, because you're more likely to sort of be the second seller 4 months in before long-term storage fees. You're going to get a lot more than the Bookhouse will get. I'll probably send this in for £10 on Amazon Prime. Someone will buy it, I can absolutely assure you, and you're going to make good money on that. Again, that was, I think, 20 pence from a charity shop, and it's going to cost you hardly anything to send it in. It's only a little. So yeah, that's another good thing. Also, this does have a really good tool for ISBNs. So let's say the book that you want to scan doesn't have a barcode. Most people leave them. Don't be one of those people. Some of the best books I've found is by typing in the ISBNs manually when they don't have a barcode. A lot of people that are out there scanning do neglect those books, and they don't bother scanning them. Therefore, they're leaving all the profit on the shelves for you to take. So anyway, they have a little function on here where it has this little box that comes up, as you can see. Just place the ISBN in the box finder below. So let me just see if I can find an ISBN in one of these opening pages of the book. Yeah, so over here, as you can see, usually on the opening page, they have the ISBN number here. So we just pop that over there, and boom, there we go. It comes up. So you can straight away see the stats on this, whether it's going to be worth sending in or not. This one in particular, I definitely would, because it's a bit niche. Music industry, management and promotion. Again, I like the solid niches and the textbooks, things like that. And if there isn't any on Prime, doesn't mean that it's not going to sell. It means yours probably is going to sell because it's the only one there on Prime. And we live in a world of millennials that don't want to wait any longer than 12 hours for something to get delivered. I know because I'm one of them. I'm impatient as hell with most things. So after that little bit of a mini charity shop I've had set up here to show you sort of how to find the best books, hopefully I've answered a lot of your questions. If I haven't, please do leave your questions in the comments below or drop me a message. I am on Instagram, very active on there, so just get in touch somehow and I'll do my best to show you how and answer any questions that you've got. So what I'll show you now is, as you can see, a lot of these things here I've already got sort of ready. So these are the Amazon labels that you have to print off to stick over any barcode that are on your books before you send them into Amazon. In terms of actually getting them on Amazon, let me just log into the app 1 second. Yep, so once we find something that we want to put on Amazon, let's say this German dictionary, we'll scan it into Amazon really quickly like that. And if we just zoom in there, let me just have a look. So we'll click that, and it's just a case of coming down here to where it says list. I'm going to click list, and then here it says condition. So we'd condition the book, we'll go over that a little bit later. So this is used and, oh, it's not acceptable, it's used very good. Here you can add a little bit of a note, so if it's a certain condition for some reason, let's say the dust cover's missing, it has some scratches in the front, something like that, we'd write that in there just to let the potential buyer know. Here is where we price it, so let's put our price in there. We had that at £10. And seller SKU, you can ignore that when you're just a beginner, to be honest. We just need to make sure here that we click I want Amazon to dispatch and provide customer service for my items if they sell, not the other one. Then we just go down to continue and submit your listing, and then it's on Amazon. People can't buy it at that point, but it does then allow you to put them into a shipment and then box them up and send them away to Amazon. I'll go into that in a bit more detail later on once I've got all this lot ready for shipment, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay guys, so what I'm going to show you now is how I upload my books to Amazon and how to print the stickers and box them up, basically. I know I was showing you just a second ago how I use the phone app to get the items listed on Amazon, which is perfectly fine. I use that for ages. What I will show you now is a piece of software on my computer that I use, which makes it an awful lot better when you're doing it in sort of such a massive quantity like myself. So I'll flick over to my computer screen now and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so this is a piece of software that I use called Scanlister, and plugged into my computer I have this, which is a really handy little barcode scanner. I picked this up on Amazon, I think for probably less than £15. It's really good. Again, I'll pop the link in the description below to buy one of these. I highly recommend it. Whether you're going to use this software that I'm about to show you or not, this is going to be worth it. Yep, so without further ado, let's go. Okay, so this is Scanlister. This is a piece of software that you can invest into for less than £15 a month, I think it is. It's really good. I would recommend it to anyone that is going to take Amazon books seriously, or is starting on a sort of bulk listing business type, something along those lines. It has loads and loads of features in it, which I will do a separate video on eventually. However, I just want to get this out there and show you how I'm going to do it from start to finish for now. So on here you can set a prefix. So this is for your SKU code on Amazon. It can be anything, really doesn't matter. But the books that I'm scanning in today are all from a charity shop. So in here I will put charity shop, and then today's date, so the 3rd of August 2018. So this basically says to me that these are books that I bought at a charity shop today, and what my cost per unit was. Ignore the dollar signs. If you are in the UK, it will automatically be pounds, so don't worry about that. You don't have to fill everything out on here. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll set a pile of books that I know are going to be in either light new condition, very good condition, and I'll make a separate pile for each of those conditions to make this easier. So first of all, let's go on to used very good, because this one and this one, for the sake of the video, are all very good. So yeah, what we do is we simply take the scanner and we point at the barcode, and boom, straight away it brings up the details here on Scanlister. Okay, very first one of the day. It seems to be taking a little while. Usually doesn't take that long. There's the beep. There we go. So on here it gives us the rank, how much it cost us, and we can set a price. What I forgot to do here, actually, let me just delete this for now. Let me just go back, clear list. Yes, I'm sure. So what I'll do here is we'll go to detailed listing. Detailed listing on Scanlister is something that I really like. So let's go in again and just scan that one. And I'll show you what the difference is. In fact, let me just click that first. There we go, let's scan it. Detailed listing, this is what happens. So on my screen now, you should see a little bit more information on the book itself. So up here we can see the sales rank, so we know how quickly it's going to sell, and you can see all the current FBA prices, all the used merchant prices, and here we have the new prices. So on FBA it always price more than what they are on merchant, because people again will pay for it. I'd say probably £10 is a really good price to go for this book. The buy price of this book was okay, that was it. These are ones that cost us 3 for £1 from a particular charity shop. So the buy price on that would be 33p. These are the fees here that you pay, leaving you with a £5 profit. So what I would do with this is I would go to list. In fact, before I go to list, in this little box here, it does actually show you a screenshot on Amazon of all the ones that are currently for sale, and as you can see, there's definitely no FBA. There definitely is somebody on crack there selling them for £60 and £90 respectively. If you are one of these sellers, don't give me any hate mail for that. You're not on crack at all. Anyway, down here we can see a range. This is linked to Keeper, so the little app that I showed you on my phone earlier, which tells you how many times the book has sold recently. So we always aim really to sell things within the first 3 months. So we'll look in the 3-month box here and we look for dips. So here that's 1, 2 and then 3. So there's going to be at least 3 sales on this, so at least once a month. So for £5.50, for £5.70 profit, sorry, spending 50p on a book, well 33p on a book. It's really not bad at all. So anyway, we'll go ahead and click list. You hear the beep, and there you go, it adds it to there at the price that you're wanting to sell it at. So we'll go through all the very goods first. So we've got this book here. This is one that we actually paid up on. This was £1.50. Not too sure why we paid that, but let's scan it and we'll see. Okay, so detailed listing again. As you can see, there is only one FBA, which is brand new. There's a few very good, and there are a few new, but not FBA. What I'd go for is this one is very good condition. You would easily get $12.99 for a very good hardback when the price is that new. The buy price of this, let's just change that very quickly, just for the sake of video. Oh, I can't type. To £1.50. Which means we're going to make £7 on this book, which isn't too bad really. 377k rank, and as we can see on here, in the last 3 months it is sold twice. You can can have a look here. It's sold quite a few more times in 6 months, and there we go again. So on this one, it's probably a sale a month. So again, a month to make £1.50 into an extra £7.07 in your pocket is really not bad at all. So we'll go ahead and list, and we'll go to the next one. Let's ignore those, let's pretend we've done those. Here is one that wasn't in the 3 for £1 section. These are 50p. Again, very good. Let's scan this in. And as you can see here, there's 6 FBA. When it only comes up with 3, what I would then do is look on this little box here, click the prime tick. The £3.30 ones are always going to be the Bookhouse. They always are. Bunch of beeps. Yeah, so you can see here the next prime is £9.09, which is brand new. Got someone selling it like new for even more. Pointless. Yeah, so we get the idea there. So really, we'll probably get £7.99 for this book quite easily. The buy price on this book being 50p, which means we'll make £3.82 on this book, which again isn't amazing, but if you look here in the last 3 months how many times it's sold, it's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, an awful lot of times. So basically I would expect to send this book in at that price, and it will probably be gone within a couple of days of sending it in. So again, for spending 50p, you get £3.82 back. You do, let's say, I don't know, 10 of those a day, it's an extra £30 a day, plus all the other ones that you're going to be making like £20 on a book. All of a sudden you've replaced your full-time job with this, which is absolutely incredible. So let's go ahead and list that. So now let's pretend I've got like 50 things in this list here. And they're all very good condition. They're all going to Amazon. Imagine. Yeah, we'd go ahead down to list, and we would go to list fulfilled by Amazon, and then we'd tick that button there. As you can see, that's now processing through to Amazon, and it's done. Sometimes when you've got a quite a large list, that will take up to sort of 20 minutes. Don't think your computer has frozen, because it will go on. So let me just move these out of the way so I know which ones I've now listed on Amazon. So those 3 are now listed and ready to go. So it does take, like I say, from 5 to 10 minutes for these listings to appear on Amazon in your inventory. In that time, what I would probably do is go and have a cup of tea, have a little break, and then we'll get to the stickering and the boxing. So these are a couple of boxes here that are ready for Amazon. If you do want the information to find these exact size boxes to ship your stuff in, which I highly recommend, I will leave a link in the description for you to get these. They are off Amazon Prime, of course, and the size of these, I believe, is 46 centimeters by 32 centimeters by 32 centimeters. What I tend to do with these is I filled up to 25 kilos of books in each one. They seem to fit really snug with that, and then I just ship them in through Parcel to Go via Parcel Force usually, because they end up being the cheapest. Fish! Woo! Anyway, who wants to see the office? No, you don't want to go in there, do you? Do you? I'm going to tell you now, it's an absolute mess. But look at all these books, literally up to the ceiling. Yeah, all those banana boxes there are full to the brim with books. There are books over there. There are all boxes ready to be made up. More boxes. And that is shamefully my desk where I usually work, right in the back of the office, completely covered. Don't let your life get that busy that your office ends up like this. Trust me, it's not good for productivity at all. So yeah, now what we would do is we'll run to the printer and print off the labels to go over here. They're what I call 23 I used 27, I think, 27 up labels. So you get 27 of these size labels on an A4 sheet of paper, so you can use any printer to just print those off. What you do is you go on to Amazon, which I will show you now. Yep, so here we are. We're on Amazon just here. So we'd go on to inventory, manage FBA inventory, and here bring up everything that you've currently got on Amazon. So without going into too much detail, let's click inactive. So these are things that aren't currently sat at Amazon's warehouse. So these, and as you can see, we've got 260 products here that are ready to ship to Amazon. And then what we do is we will just go down and just tick the ones that we are currently putting into a box. So let's, for sake of this, let's tick that all these on this page here we are putting into one box and we're sending away to Amazon. So as you see, action on 100 selected. We would just change that to send and replenish inventory. And we'll wait for this to load now. Are you sure that you want to send these to Amazon? Yes, we are. I'm not going to click this for the sake of it. I'll show you one that I've currently got open at the moment, just so I'm not confusing myself when I do come to it. So basically, once you've clicked yes on that, I'll show you the screen that it will present you with. And where is it? Here we go. So this is one of my shipments that I'm working on at the moment. Let's just go into that. Ta-da, here we go. So let's go to the very start where it would take you to begin with. Come on, computer, load. Yeah, so here are the 20 products, for example, that we're sending to Amazon now. And you would basically then go to prepare. So there's quantity. So in that you'd put that you've got one of each or two of each or however many you've got. Then you go over to prepare and you'd click no prep needed because they're books. Who prepares them? You'd click you. You can get Amazon to prepare them for you, but they do charge you for that. So I just prefer to print off the labels and do it myself. It is nice and easy to do. And then down here it would usually say print labels, and then you'll just print them off on A4 onto your labels, and away you go. Sorry, it's actually here, so as you can see you can print labels for this page. I'll do that now actually just to show you what it looks like. Okay, there we go. So this is what it would be. So this is an A4 piece of paper, and these are just labels that you would just peel off, stick onto the back of your books, making sure that you do cover all of the barcode. And then we would go on to the next section, so continue again, view shipments, and we come up with this page here. So with this particular page, we would go to work on shipment, and then from there there'll be a page where you can tell them how many boxes you send in, the weight of each box. They'll tell you that if it's over 15 kilos, you'll have to put heavy label boxes, heavy package labels on boxes, and then it will present you with a box code, like a label to put on the box. You stick that on, then they know which shipment it is. And then you'll just go ahead, take it to the post office, take it to your parcel provider or whoever you're going to be using, stick that label on top of the box as well, out of the way of the Amazon FBA label. One top tip for this as well is the Amazon FBA label that you stick onto the box. Make sure you don't put it onto any of the part of the box where it like opens or anything, because you want to make sure that stays intact, otherwise you could have a few issues with them losing your stock and whatnot, which is not what you want. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory from there. I know I have missed out a few bits, and I'm not taking you through the entire thing as I'm not needing to do it myself just yet. However, if you do have any questions or anything, please do leave them in the comments section below, or drop me a message. Drop me a message on Instagram, whatever. You'll find me there all the time. Basically live there. Yeah, so I'll see you soon.